All right, hey guys, it's Sid from the Sid Chase Group here. Hey, we're going to talk about stock investing and dividends today. It's one of the things that we have here at our family office. It is not available for anybody else outside of the family. It's a portfolio that we have that we use here in the office, and as we make money on that portfolio, we do some intraday trading, no swing trading at all, and we do long-term trading. And today we're going to talk about long-term trading, building a portfolio of dividend stocks, right? We use those though to the money that we make off from those, we slide that money out. Half of it stays in to grow the portfolio, and the other half we put it into an investment vehicle as like a storage for our money until we find another investment that we want to purchase. Because we're mostly here about real estate investing and other alternative investments, and we look for those types of investments because they give us tax depreciations write-offs, and we need that. The more money you make, the more depreciation, or sorry, the more money you make, the more tax advantages you want to have available to you. And the best way to get those tax advantages is through alternative investments, movies, real estate, gas and oil, things like that. But today we're going to cover the stock market, predominantly portfolio building of dividend stocks. I've been doing this for over 30 years. Been doing real estate for over 30 years. You can see behind me my 2 books that I've written. My 3rd book should be out in the next few months, and that book will be, each chapter is about a different alternative investment. And all of them, I think all of them but one that I wrote about, that I've done them actually myself. So let's get started, all right? And I appreciate you taking the time to be here. So finding a dividend that pays monthly dividends. Okay, so you have the stocks that pay monthly and you have stocks that pay quarterly. Our portfolio is built around monthly dividends. Why? Because I want my money monthly, not quarterly. I have better control of what's going on a monthly than I do on a quarterly. Now, for me, I'm using it as a long-term portfolio build to, as I said earlier, to pull money off to buy other investments. But if you're looking for a retirement revenue, right? Because one of the things we teach here at the Sid Chase Group and SidChase.com and promote is when you get to your retirement age, and you're ready to retire, whatever that age may be, you want to have at least 7 different streams of income coming in, right? And I'm not going to go through all of those. You can look at some of our other videos that we talk about those, and our radio, I think we also covered it on one of our radio programs that we did. But today we're going to talk about just stock dividends, right? And so if you're building this portfolio, and you have maybe 5-6 stocks in it total over the time period, and you're averaging a 9.5 or 10% return, which you can easily do with this portfolio, and as long as you're buying the right stocks, and over 15 years or 10 years or even 20 or 30 years, you're building this huge portfolio, you're going to be able to take off, a lot of income, streaming income coming off from that on a monthly basis. Now, we also do have some quarterly stocks in there, like Coca-Cola, for example, and one of the bigger oil companies. But most of the stocks we have are all monthly. So let's go through this. Why monthly dividends? So I kind of discussed that a little bit, but one thing I want to add to that is your bills are monthly, not quarterly. I mean, that's a no-brainer right there, right? There's not a lot of monthly dividend stocks out there, so actually, I think if I can do it, I will put a list of monthly stocks together, dividends that are paid monthly, stocks that pay monthly dividends. I'll put that list together, and you can find the link below or go to our website, sidchase.com, and it'll be in the free area of resources. One of the nicer things about monthly dividends is they compound faster than quarterly dividends or yearly dividends. Stocks paying you more frequently obviously are better than ones that only pay you every three months or every 4 months or once a year. What types of companies pay monthly dividends? Mostly they're REITs and they're BDCs. Okay, there are stocks out there that is individual stocks that do that, like Stag. Well, Stag is a REIT actually. Looking at my list here real quick. GGN, for example, a gold company. Now they do gold and they also do a little bit of oil investing. But GGN, I think, pays around 13 or 14%. So it's about a nickel a share per month. Their stock's not very high, so you got to be careful of it. There's some rules that you want to follow when you're looking for dividend stocks, and we'll go over them in a minute. But so most of them are either REITs or they're BDCs. So BDCs are similar to REITs, that they were created by Congress and are requires to pay out at least 90% of their taxable incomes in dividends, right? So that's great for you. They tend to support massive yields, often in the high single digits and low double digits. Master limited partnerships is another one. Royalty trusts are another one. Those are very simple. Simple exist to own the mineral rights to things such as fields and irons and mines. So when you're looking at that type of stuff, you want to make sure you're looking at royalty trust, and all that looks, kind of comes together. Basically, you're collecting royalties versus collecting dividend, which is in a roundabout the same exact thing. And then there's preferred stocks. Income happy assets that represent ownership in a company. They pay out dividends like a stock, but they are fixed more like a bond or a coupon payment. I don't deal with preferred stocks too often. Actually, I can't think of any I've done in a long time. I kind of stay away from those. What else? So there's the S&P 500 is a REIT, EPR Properties is a REIT, Gladstone Properties is a REIT, Realty Income, Stag, Main Street Capital, BlackRock Corporate High Yield Fund. There's a lot of them out there, guys. Excuse me. There's some CEFs, Eaton, Vance, Municipality. That's a trust. There's ETFs that do it. The ICE, which is exchange listed, it's a benchmark. There's all kinds of stuff out there, and there's actually individual stocks, and we'll try to get that list together for you, and you'll be able to go download it and take a look at those. One of the things I wanted to give you an idea about when you're looking for dividend stocks, my criteria is that they've paid dividends for at least the last 10 years, and then over the last 10 years, preferably, they have risen their yield or their dividend payout every single year. That is very important, because one of the things you want to look at when you're buying is, like we said in one of our past videos, you look at the past, right? So you want to go back, look at the past. I'm not talking about price and where they're at and all that kind of stuff, but what have they done with their dividend? What are they doing with their free cash flow? And that's how you decide whether a company is good or not, and can compete in paying their dividend, is based on their free cash flow. Okay, so that's it, guys. That's real quick on dividend investing. It's very important that you start it as soon as possible and put as much money away as you can for doing that. You can do that through a Roth IRA. You can do it on your own, and not put it in any vehicle. It's up to you what you want to do with it. It depends on your goals and what the purpose of it is. So I appreciate your time. If you have any other questions about stock trading, again, we're not teachers here. We're not promoting any stocks or anything like that. We just know that you can't just invest in the stock market, and you can't just invest in real estate, and you can't just invest in movies. You need to be well-rounded, and along with that is you got to be living below your means, keeping your debt paid down, and making as much money as you can. All right, guys, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Hit all the likes, subscribes, thumbs up, all that good stuff. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Peace.